In this video, we will learn the concepts of factors and multiples. Before knowing about factors and multiples, let's see this. Take a number, let it be 6. Now 6 can be represented as 6 bulbs. More importantly, they are in one row. That means this can be written as 1 multiplied by 6. Or we can also write 6 multiplied by 1 because multiplication is commutative. We have already seen this. So 1 multiplied by 6 and 6 multiplied by 1 are the same. So now, can we write this differently? Let's try. So here we go. So now, what is this? We have split 6 bulbs in 2 rows, each containing 3 bulbs. Now, from this depiction, we can say that the initial number 6 is also equal to 2 multiplied by 3 because we have 2 rows each containing 3 bulbs. So we have written this as 2 multiplied by 3, or we can also write this as 3 multiplied by 2. 3 multiplied by 2 represent 3 columns of 2 bulbs each. So here we have written 6 in 2 different ways. 6 can be represented as product of numbers 1, 2, 3 and 6. Now, can we also represent 6 as a product of number 4 with another counting number? Let's see. So first row over here has 4 bulbs, but there are not enough bulbs to complete the second row. If 6 could have been written as a multiple of 4, then we would have either 4 rows or 4 columns having equal number of bulbs, but that we don't have. So 6 cannot be written as a multiple of 4. Now numbers 1, 2, 3 and 6 are exact divisors of number 6 because 6 can be represented in either 1, 2, 3 or 6 rows or columns. So this means these numbers, that is 1, 2, 3 and 6, can exactly divide the number 6. And upon division, we would get a whole number. If 1 divides 6, then we would get 6 as an answer. That is other number in multiplication. And if 6 divides 6, then we would get 1 as an answer. If 2 divides 6, the another number with 2 was 3 in the equation. So our answer would be 3. And when 3 divides 6, then our answer would be 2. So these numbers which exactly divide the number 6 are called factors of 6. And 6 is the multiple of 1, 2, 3 and 6. Since each of these numbers, that is 1, 2, 3 and 6, can be multiplied with another counting number, and we can get 6 as a result of that multiplication. When we multiply 1 with 6, we get 6. When we multiply 2 with 3 or 3 with 2, we again get 6. And with 6, we multiply 1 to get 6. So 6 is a multiple of these numbers. Now we will see what we have learned. First is factor. Factor of a number means exact divisor of the given number. Exact divisor means the number which divides the other number exactly. That is, exact divisor multiply with a counting number gives the number. If we take example of a number 4, then it can be written as 1 multiplied by 4. So we have 4 globes over here in one row. And it can also be written as 2 multiplied by 2. As we can see, we can arrange 4 globes in 2 rows. However, these cannot be arranged in 3 rows. Also, if we arrange them in 4 rows, it would be same as 4 multiplied by 1, which is equal to 1 multiplied by 4. So 1, 2 and 4 are the factors of 4. That means if we divide 4 by these numbers which are factor of 4, we would get a counting number because they exactly divide 4. So from this we can see that any number can be written as 1 multiplied by that number itself. So 1 and the number itself are always the factor of any counting number. Number 1 would have only one factor, that is 1. But all other counting numbers have at least two factors, 1 and that number itself. We can also see that the greatest factor of any number is the number itself. All other factors are smaller than the number because a number greater than a given number cannot divide it. For example, 5 is greater than 4 and therefore it cannot exactly divide 4. We cannot divide 4 by 5 or distribute 4 items into 5 persons or greater than 5 persons. Further, number of factors of any number are countable. That is, they are finite. The smallest is 1 and the greatest is the number itself. And in between 1 and the number, there may or may not be some factors, but we can always count them. Let's see one more interesting fact about factors. You can see that factors of 4 are 1, 2 and 4. Also, we have already seen the factors of 6. 1, 2, 3 and 6 were the factors. Notice one thing, that there is no factor which is less than the number but greater than half of that number. When we divide 4 by 2, answer is 2. So half of 4 is 2. So between 2 and 4 there is one number, that is 3. But it is not the factor of 4. Similarly for 6, 3 is the half. When we divide 6 by 2, we get 3. Now between 3 and 6, we have two numbers, that is 4 and 5. But these are not factors of 6. So is it just a coincidence or there is some logic? Let's take another number. We have 10. When we divide 10 by 2, we get 5. So let's write numbers which are greater than 5 but less than 10. We have 6, 7, 8 and 9. When we multiply these numbers by 1, we won't get 10. The product will be the number itself, that is 6, 7, 8 and 9. And when we multiply these numbers by 2, we will get 12, 14, 16 and 18. These numbers are greater than 10. So that means these numbers, that is 6, 7, 8 and 9, do not exactly divide the number 10. The logic is, if we take any number which is greater than half of the given number but less than that number, in this case we have 6, 7, 8 and 9. If we multiply them with least counting number, that is 1, we won't get the given number, that is 10 in this case. If we multiply them with 2, the product would be greater than the given number because these numbers are greater than the half number, that is, in this case half of 10 is 5. So 5 multiplied by 2 would result in 10. So since these numbers are greater than 5, that is 6, 7, 8 and 9 are greater than 5, result of their multiplication with 2 would be greater than 10. And if we multiply these numbers, that is 6, 7, 8, 9, if we multiply them by any number greater than 2, then product would be still higher. So what we can see is, for any given number, there is no factor which is greater than half of that number but less than that number. Next is multiple. Multiple of a number means product of that number with any other counting number. Let's again take the number 4. And now we will multiply 4 with counting number starting from 1. So we get 4 multiplied by 1, that is 4. 4 multiplied by 2 equals to 8. 4 multiplied by 3 equals to 12. These numbers, that is 4, 8, 12, are the product of 4 with counting numbers. And we can see in the figures also that items are getting repeated in multiple of 4. So 4, 8, 12 are the multiples of 4. We can see that a number is always a multiple of itself, because when we multiply that number with 1, we get that number itself. So the smallest multiple of any number is the number itself. Thereafter, other multiples are greater than that number, because we get those multiples by multiplying the number with counting number greater than 1. Also, since there is no end of counting numbers, because they can go on without ending, so a number can have infinite multiples. Now we will list down some of the interesting facts that we have seen regarding factors and multiples. First is, 1 is a factor of every number. Second, every number is a factor of itself. Third, every factor is less than or equal to the given number. And there is no factor greater than half of the given number but less than the number. The number of factors of a given number are finite. Every multiple of a number is greater than or equal to that number. Number of multiples of a given number are infinite. And lastly, every number is a multiple of itself.